Hello friends, my name is Lauren and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm actually really excited because I am reading Kat from Paperback Dreams' favorite book called Radio Silence. Now Kat is one of my all-time favorite booktubers. Overall, I love her videos, I love her reviews. She also seems like such a great person, she seems nice and caring, and she's absolutely hilarious. So overall, she's definitely one of my favorite booktubers of all time. Anyway, so I've known for a while that I've been wanting to read her favorite book, and her favorite book is called Radio Silence. If you watch her channel, chances are you know this because she literally made a whole 2-minute video basically just fangirling about this book.
It's my first 5-star book of the year. It's my favorite book of all time. I think that's pretty clear. Well, I don't know how to talk about things I like. I love this book.
So in about a week or two you'll see another video about like why I'm reading this book right now, but I've been wanting to read her favorite book for the longest time, so now I present to you this video, which is me finally reading the beloved
Radio Silence, Radio Silence, Radio Silence, Radio Silence House Oseman.
I haven't read this book yet, so I don't really fully understand what the book is about, but from what I've gotten from Kat and from the synopsis of the book itself, it basically follows a girl named Frances, and she has like 2 different personalities. She has like school Frances and then like home Frances. She really cares about school and getting good grades and getting into a really good university, but she also has this whole other side of herself that is really like artistic and like weird and just like more herself, and she kind of struggles going between these 2 different Franceses depending on like who she's with or where she is, that kind of thing. And she's basically just trying to decide like what kind of Frances she wants to be for herself and what kind of Frances she wants to be for the world, and trying to make them kind of the same. I've been really wanting to read this book, and now finally here we are. I have decided to read this book on audiobook, so I guess listen to this book on audiobook, and because I found this app through my library, so I can just get it off my library rather than paying for it, so awesome, love that for me.
Love that.
And I'm really excited because this is actually like one of my first audiobooks where I'm listening to the book before actually physically reading it. I have listened to A Darker Shade of Magic. I've almost done that one, but I listened to it through YouTube, and I still have like an hour left, and that was after I finished A Darker Shade of Magic. I wanted to jump back into the world, and so I already knew what to expect. However, for Radio Silence, I've never read it before, never read a single word, and now I'm just gonna be fully listening to it on audiobook. So this will kind of be my experience as well to see if I like audiobooks and that kind of thing. So this is just gonna be my process of me reading this book, whether it be my thoughts along the way for the book or my thoughts on reading audiobooks in general. That's kind of what this video is about, and at the end I'm hoping to do some thoughts to conclude this video, but that is where we're gonna be going, I think, for this video. So without further ado, let's just see how this experience goes.
Why are you like this? I ask her. She has a drink in her hand. Where did that come from?
Hello friends, so right now I am just chilling. It is Thursday night and I'm currently listening to my Radio Silence audiobook, and I'm almost 4 hours of the way through and I'm really enjoying it so far. Since I can't like watch YouTube videos while listening to an audiobook because that's 2 audios, I have this adult coloring book for the selection. It's like this love story thing that's really cool. I don't know, I like it. But I'm coloring this quote, and it says, "If you don't want me to be in love with you, you're gonna have to stop looking so lovely." Quote from Maxon, amazing, and I've colored it. It's not colored very much, even though it's been 25 minutes of me doing this, but it's fun, it's relaxing, and that's what we're doing in this book. So that's my Thursday night, and I'll keep you guys updated. Okay guys, so I'm currently listening to Radio Silence. I was listening to it for 2 hours last night, and I listened to it for about half an hour this morning, and I'm planning on listening to it for another half an hour, and it's amazing. The story is so intriguing, and there was this one scene where, you know when you watch a movie, or even if you read a book, and there's like a part where you're like, no, and you have to like put the book down, or the movie, you're just praying that the thing that you think happens does not happen? Well, it's really exciting to read it as an audiobook because you hear it happening, and this person that's like speaking the book, speaking the book does it so well, the voices and like the pauses and everything, and then you just don't want it to happen, but like normally when you read a book you can like just read the next line really fast to figure out what happens. This, you're just waiting to hear what happens next, and you can't cheat and like try to go further. Oh my god, it was amazing. It was great. This audiobook is fabulous, and Kat, if you're watching this, you are definitely right, this book is amazing, and I also would recommend it, even though I'm like 60% done the book, but still, it's a quality book, quality read. That's about it. I just wanted to do a quick update, so talk to you guys later.
University Tumblr tab.
Hello friends, so right now I'm listening to the Radio Silence audiobook and I went to the mall today and oh my god, I've been listening to it so much. Yesterday I was at like the 4.5 hour mark-ish and now I'm at the 7.5 hour mark. So I've listened to whatever, 3 hours today and I'm living for it, honestly. Like this audiobook is absolutely amazing. This book is probably one of the best things I've ever like read in my entire life. And like, I don't know if you can see back here, but I read quite a bit, so that's saying something. And yeah, so Radio Silence would definitely recommend, and yeah. Hello, okay, so this is the part of my video where I'm going to be wrapping up my overall thoughts of Radio Silence. I did, in fact, finish this book yesterday. On April 19th, I finished it in the morning. I actually fell asleep reading to it, and I only had 10 minutes left in the audiobook, so I finished that up in the morning, and oh my goodness, it was amazing. I'm not surprised it was amazing, but it was absolutely fantastic. This book could not have come like at a better time. Like, I don't know, I can't remember if I've already gone over the synopsis of the book, but basically just the book follows a couple of teens and how they're trying to figure out if university is for them and all the things they go through within that. I don't know how to describe it, but I found on Alice Oseman's Goodreads, she describes a little bit of the book and I really wanted to read it out. I'll also put it up here so you can read it for yourself. It says, "This is my second published book. I wrote it while I was in university, fueled by how much I hated being there. It features a biracial bisexual protagonist who believes her future lies in academia. Her learning that sometimes there are other paths through life and learning to embrace her passion for art. The shy, mysterious creator of a science fiction audio drama podcast. A friendship between a boy and a girl where they don't fall in love. A critique of the way the education system brainwashes teens into believing if they don't get good grades, they're destined for failure and misery. Almost all LGBT+ main characters. I really hope you enjoy it." And Alice, we did. So this book, lots of representation and lots of stuff that actually like happens to teens in this book. And I also really liked for the fact, normally I'm a big romance fan. When we first meet our main character Frances and our other main character Alid, I thought that, oh my god, they're gonna end up falling in love. And I did not want this to happen because I'm like, I want this book just to be like, we don't need that. And then she literally, Frances says, she's like, you probably think that we're gonna fall in love, but we don't. Just thought I should tell you. And I'm like, that was amazing. Thank you for saying this, because honestly I thought they were, because there's so many books that once you have a girl protagonist and a boy protagonist, they fall in love. Not that that's a bad thing, but like, it's just a common thing. So seeing it a little bit like different in this book, I thought was really good. The plot, like there were so many like subplots within the greater plot of the story, and normally I'm more of a like plot driven reader, and the plot in this book really wasn't that heavy, but I really like, it wasn't that like in depth, like it wasn't a fantasy adventure story. It was just about these like couple of teens and how they are making their way through school and going, if they're gonna go to university and all that kind of stuff. And so like, it was just amazing. Like, it's just amazing. For my review for this book, I'm gonna have a full written review on Goodreads, so if you want to check that out, link is in the description box below. And for my rating, I think I'm pretty strongly with this one. I think I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 stars because of all the things I already mentioned, but to add on the characters. Characters are fully developed. There's like 5 main characters. I would say that there is Frances, Alid, Karis, Daniel, and Rain. I'd say those are the 5 main characters, and for those 5 main characters, I can kind of pick out their values, their morals, what they learned throughout the story. There's definitely lots and lots of character development for each character that I think we really see in the story that is a main or like side-ish main character. There isn't really an antagonist other than like the perception that the teens have to like themselves or like some of the conflict, but also Carol. No, okay, I'm no spoilers, but Carol, no. For plot-wise, I liked Radio Silence, the podcast. I thought that was a really cool thing. That's what the whole book kind of focuses around, hence it's called Radio Silence. One of the characters has a podcast called Radio Silence, and Frances is a huge fan of this podcast, and it really like helps her like be creative and all that kind of stuff, and it also makes another character's life like worth living and brings them happiness. So overall, like those plot structures there, just the whole thing of trying to figure out like if university is for them or all that kind of stuff I found really good. Not much else to say about that. The conflicts were really good. There was a lot of internal conflict. Also then once we got to like character versus character conflicts, it got intense. There was a few scenes in this audiobook where I was just listening and I was panicking so much, like you don't want it to happen but you can feel something happening. Also, just going beyond the book, about the audiobook. This audiobook is the second audiobook I had listened to. I'm listening to the Darker Shade of Magic audiobook. I have like an hour left of it. It's like 11 hours, but I'm not sure I'm gonna finish it. But this audiobook, I can't even begin to say. I have no experience with audiobooks, so I don't know how much this is true, but I've also heard this from other people. This audiobook was amazing. The person that's reading it was totally sounded like Frances. She got all the other characters' voices well. Like, it all made sense. The way she like paused and it was able to add like emphasis on certain words, it was perfect. It was great. I got all the feelings of the story through how she was saying it. It was great. So if you're looking for audiobook, Radio Silence is a great audiobook to get. It's good. You should do it. So yeah, overall thoughts. Characters, plot, everything, amazing. The audiobook, amazing. The story, amazing. It definitely deserves a 5 out of 5 stars, and I would recommend you read it. If one, you want like a good contemporary read, but also if you are wondering where you want to go to university, or you are thinking about it a lot, like me, that kind of thing, I would definitely recommend it because it will help you calm down a little bit and also take you on a little bit of a crazy adventure at the same time. So yeah, that's all for this video. This book is absolutely amazing. I would highly recommend it. Kat, you know what you're talking about. This is definitely an amazing book. So thanks for that recommendation, and I hope you take this recommendation from me now and read this book as well, because I'm sure you guys will only enjoy it because it was absolutely amazing. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you've read Radio Silence, if you like audiobooks, if you've read the Radio Silence audiobook. Let me know all your thoughts there, and I will see you very soon for a new video. So until then, bye.